Hi. So, if you would have met me a few years ago, you probably would have thought that my future was going to be all about numbers. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm saying this. जब मैं 20 साल की थी तो मैंने अपनी BSc मैथमेटिक्स ऑनर्स की डिग्री करी. Then when I was 22, I completed my MBA in finance. And now, currently, when I'm 23, I have 1 year of experience in private credit or structured credit markets. So it was pretty much about numbers. Okay, let's be clear on facts. I agree that I was a studious kid. I loved to make notes, to take courses, read about different concepts, and put in the required effort and hours. I agree. But एक दिन मैंने genuinely बैठ के सोचा कि apart from all this, what was the one soft skill that helped me throughout this whole journey? And the whole question boiled down to what was that one thing that opened more doors for me than in mathematics, finance, or even MBA. And I got my answer, and it was communication. Or a second. And it was not the communication what we think good communication is. Okay, it was not speaking fluent English, it was not having a fancy vocabulary, it was not sounding intelligent. It was much more powerful than that. आसान शब्दों में इसको बोलें तो how do you make someone listen to you? You know, when you enter a room, how do you make people think that she's speaking and it's powerful and I can't help it but listen to her? How do you crack it? Okay, so I got obsessed with this question that how do you achieve that level that people think that it is something charismatic about it is something powerful about it, the way she communicates, I have to listen to her. And I'm sure ये चीज़ कभी ना कभी आपने भी फील करी होगी. Sometimes दो लोग एक ही बात बोल रहे होते हैं. They have the exact same point, but one of them sounds much more articulated, clear, peaceful, simple, yet powerful. And one of them is just blabbering out. They're excited because they know about it. I'm not saying that that person, the other one, does not have the knowledge for it. They have the knowledge for it, and they're so excited to present that it just feels forced. It just feels that, they have to put in a lot of effort to speak that thing. But on the same hand, the other person feels effortless. It just feels that they know what they're speaking, they know what they're doing, and they have well researched about it, and if they are speaking it, it must be right. And trust me, I have met those people personally. I have listened to them, I have taken seminars, and it is actually a thing. This exists. No matter how much you deny it, no matter how much you run away from it, this thing exists. Okay, let's leave everything for a second and talk about basics. Where do you require communication in everyday life? And I'm not talking about your day-to-day life, I am talking about your life trajectory. Whether it's your first interview for a particular college, or it's your first interview for your job, whether it's a classroom presentation which decides your grades, whether it is about a discussion, a group discussion, where you need to build your confidence, you need to put in front your ideas and your thoughts before anyone else in the room speaks it. Whether it's a networking event, or it's a discussion with your manager, or the most important thing, when you disagree with someone. A disagreement in a meeting, a disagreement with someone's theory, a disagreement when someone is forcing you to do something you do not want to do, or it does not align with your way of thinking. How do you show that resentment? How do you communicate? How do you tell the other person that I am not okay with this? Okay, a reasoning or a logic in your mind for your behavior can be super strong, but when someone questions you, why do you think like this? And you don't have an appropriate answer, you don't know how to communicate this to the other person so that they understand that this whole behavior pattern of mine has a reason behind it. Sometimes pinches you a lot. I have been there, I've been in situations where I think from a certain perspective and I have my own reasons for it. And maybe I do not want to share the exact reasons, but There is a fundamental thinking of mine which has led me to those decisions. But when someone questions me about them and I'm not able to clearly tell them and justify it that, hey, these are the so and so things that why I think like this, and it just doesn't puts you in a good position. All of these are the small factors where you need this art of making people listen to you, present yourself properly from the very basic of everyday life till the actually, the bigger picture where it's about your career, your education, or anything, something which you have to achieve big. Okay, cut to chase. This is a fact. जो लोग अपनी बात रखना जानते हैं, उन्हें पता है कौन सी बात किसको कब और कैसे कहनी है. The people who know how to make themselves listen, they have an unfair advantage. It's true. It's genuinely unfair advantage. People think that, oh, being rich is an unfair advantage. Being socially pretty is an unfair advantage. But trust me, knowing how to communicate your thoughts well, make people listen to you is an actual unfair advantage. And the best part about this unfair advantage is that it can be mastered, it can be learned, it can be practiced. Even if it's not something that comes naturally to you, you can practice it, you can learn it, you can master it. That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of me making this video. Trust me, when I'm telling you this, it doesn't make a lot of difference. It will actually make a difference when you experience it someday. When you know that, hey, I said something which was very simple to me and maybe to these people as well. But you can feel it that whenever you speak, they pause and they listen. They pause and they respect what is coming out of you. See, the fundamental basis is always there that you should know what you're speaking. It should be correct. It should be right. It should have a reasoning. It should have a logic. But I'm talking about the latter part of it. Not being able to still present yourself well, even after knowing that you know your shit. You know what you're doing. You know what you're saying. There is a reason for it, but still not being able to express it. And trust me, it takes away a lot of opportunities from you and you won't even realize it. And just by putting yourself out there, telling what you feel, what you believe, would snatch opportunities literally at your door. Okay, so now we are clear on this fact that perfect English and perfect communication दो अलग अलग चीज़ें हैं. मैं आपको यहाँ कोई रैंडम कॉर्पोरेट बज़वर्ड्स नहीं बता रही हूँ. चाहे आप MBA एस्पिरेंट हो, आप कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ में पहली बार जा रहे हो, आप कॉलेज स्टूडेंट हो, स्कूल स्टूडेंट हो, डजंट मैटर आपकी एज क्या है. It applies to everybody. Every week I share frameworks, lessons from my own life, my own MBA journey, my own corporate journey, and real experiences that have genuinely helped me. And why all of this makes sense to me is because at 23, if there is one thing I'm absolutely convinced about, is this, that opportunities सिर्फ टैलेंट से नहीं आती. अपॉर्चुनिटीज तब मिलती हैं जब लोग आपका टैलेंट देख पाते हैं. एंड कम्युनिकेशन is the bridge between both of these things. And if all of this makes sense to you and you have ever felt this the same way, so you're going to love what's coming next. Till then, bye. See you.